Okay, let's see an example of adding behavior. Again, I'm not spending a whole lot of time on the syntax of a class right now for a reason. I want people to see an example of a relatively complete class, just to kind of have that steep in your guys' brains for a little bit, and then I'll talk about the syntax. So right now, our product has two bits of data. He has a name and a price. But he also has behavior, or can potentially have behavior, I should say. For example, if I wanted to, let's do this, console write line, product list 1, and then I'm going to copy and paste this for each loop and say product list 2. And between product list 1 and product list 2, I'm going to instantiate a new product. And I'm going to give product 3 a name of product 3, and I'm going to give it a price of some arbitrary decimal, and then I'm going to add it to products. Okay, so now I'm going to hit F5. That's kind of ugly. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Now I'm going to hit F5, and we have some code. And the code is executing, and it's giving us some output. The output it's giving us is the first listing of product gives us 2 products, and the second listing of products gives us 3 products. So that's awesome. What's wrong with this code? Can anybody see something that's potentially not so good about this code? Right. We have duplicate code. Now, we do have duplicate code in the sense of this for each loop, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. What I'm going to focus on is the duplicate code within lines 32 and 44. Imagine that you were going into your program and you wanted to change the way that products are outputted. Let's say you wanted to prepend a product colon string to each one of your product outputs. So what I can do here is I can say product colon and hit F5. That's not a good word to use because it's kind of getting confusing. Let me toss in some symbols, random stuff I wanted to add. There we go. That's better. But look at this. We changed the listing of our first product list, but not our second one. That's a consequence of code duplication. So what I want to do is I want to remove the duplicate code out of my program. There's a couple ways we can do this, actually. And one of them might actually demonstrate something really cool we can do with objects, and that is passing them as parameters. What I can do instead is add another method. I can say static void print product, and then I can just copy this code and paste it down here. And then I can replace both of my duplicated bits of code with print product. Now I hit F5, and the code is no longer duplicated. So that's really nice. We've solved the problem. But this solution comes at a cost. The cost of this conclusion, well, the cost of this solution is that we have increased the amount of methods that we have in our program class. Not only that, the logic right down here is very specific to a product class or a product object, but it's located very far away from the product definition. If we were to do all of our behavior inside of our class program up here, like what we've been doing so far in this class, then things will get very ugly very quickly. This will turn into a very, very, very large code file, and that's not good.